rest for short moments, repeated many times until it becomes automatic. And to rest means, it doesn't mean to shut down any of the content of points of view, not the thoughts, not the emotions, not the sensations. So that there are really 4 crucial points to remember, 4 key points when in these emotionally heated situations where it's all stirred up. And that is that as points of view appear, recognize that a point of view is appearing, and rest is awareness. So there's recognition and acknowledgement that the point of view is appearing. Second, allow for awareness just to remain as it is, open and spacious in the appearance of its own dynamic energy. And allow the point of view, whatever it is, to come to its full potential. So you don't try to damp it down or anything. Say you feel afraid. Resting as awareness isn't an antidote to push away feeling afraid. It's the medium for allowing it to come to its full potential, hideous or glorious or whatever it is. And then see how it vanishes naturally without a trace. This is how you come to see that there's nothing to be afraid of and nothing to hold on to either. So these 3 key points that I just mentioned, along with the 4th, which is the stunning insight into this process. So you see, this is the most profound insight any human being will ever have. Insight into this process. The process of the simultaneous inception, full potentiation, and spontaneous release of the here and now. It undoes itself. However, it doesn't undo itself if it's allowed to feel like it has some power in some way. So say the fear comes up, the fear of loss of love or abandonment or whatever it might be, and I'm going to rest as awareness, don't want to feel this. But if there's awareness as this fear comes to full fruition, it's the dynamic energy of the awareness that comes to full fruition, shocking, hideous, with maybe images that go along with it, because you're no longer fending off what you've been afraid of in yourself. You see it come to full potential. It's the dynamic energy of awareness. Well, once you allow it to come to full potential, boom, spontaneously it vanishes without a trace, like a line drawn in water, like the flight path of a bird in the sky. And then you really start to be able to see the obviousness of awareness in all situations. It won't happen, though, if you shut down at any point in that process, so to speak. By the power of this, you come to see that what you thought to be the beginning, middle, and end of a point of view, that the attribution of beginning, middle, and end to the process, that those are also points of view. That all of this is just the spontaneous self-release of the here and now, the pure presence of the here and now. Nothing, awareness never coming together and then separating from points of view. Awareness the only medium of all points of view. There's no way to enjoy a relationship without this. Otherwise, it's just one ordeal after another, really. of wanting something from the other person that they can never give. No other person can ever make us feel loved or for every moment of our life. That's never going to happen. You know that. Now, maybe some of us aren't in new relationships. We're in old, tired relationships where we've been seeing the same old thing decade after decade. And it's never too late. That's all I have to tell you. If you've been in a relationship for decades, and all of you've probably been in a relationship with someone for decades who it irks you some of the time and you like them the rest of the time, and most of the time you just don't know how you feel about him. But whatever it is, just allow yourself to be yourself in that situation, and this is how you'll really learn so much. The complete freedom is the freedom to be with anything. To be with anything. And being in a relationship, you can build great strength in this regard. There isn't any antidote you can use for these deep-seated points of view. There's no antidote that'll get rid of it, no matter what you might try. You could try to work all the time so you don't have to feel it, or entertain yourself all the time so you don't have to feel it, or whatever it might be. Meditate all the time so you don't have to feel it. Get into a non-conceptual state so you don't have to feel all these things that are going on. However, that isn't the answer at all. It's this union of awareness and appearances, the union of emptiness and appearances. By the power of maintaining awareness, you come to recognize that all these points of view, they really are equal, and they really are absent of their own being. They have no juice of their own. They absolutely have no juice of their own. The entire idea that they do have juice of their own it's a fiction. It's a popular fiction. Popular culture has agreed upon a fiction about applying labels to everything in order to confirm their existence. Now, some of us are lucky enough that we reach a point where we just don't want to do that anymore. We see that it's fruitless. It's really fruitless. We can't come to terms with ourselves and the world we live in through labels. It's impossible. It's completely impossible. If that were the case, then we could do something like eat a dictionary, and then we'd be all right. We'd ingest all the labels, and somehow we'd understand them completely, and then we'd really know what was going on. But all of us can agree that no matter what the books are that we've read, they've never really resolved our core issue of being human. They've never really given us what it takes to be totally at ease with ourselves. So that's really what we're seeking. There's no way to stop points of view, whether we're in an intimate relationship or not. But in an intimate relationship, certainly they're going to be all up in the air. Now, ideally, in an intimate relationship, both people would be committed to awareness. So you see that's the ideal basis for a relationship or a coupling. It really is the only foundation for coming together. Any other attempt to come together, I would say, really is basically ill-founded and foolish. But if you're in a relationship and you're the only one there who's committed to getting to know yourself as you really are, and you don't want to leave, well, that's fine too. You can be happy as can be. It doesn't matter what's going on with other people. Now, no matter who we are, and no matter what kind of relationships we're in, even if we live alone, we're going to have to face our points of view. We could live in a cave, go on a 3-year retreat, live in a cave for 3 years, and have every instruction there is about gaining confidence and awareness. No secret withheld from us at all about that. We have all the instructions. We're empowered. We're living in our cave for 3 years. Guess what? All the points of view will still be there. They're not going to go anywhere. And just like living in a cave or being in a relationship, believe me, your points of view are going to get heated up to a feverish pitch. So choose your poison. Relationship or living in the cave. You're going to see what you're made of. In fact, you're probably much less likely to become deluded in a relationship. Much more likely to become deluded living in a cave. That's just some social commentary on seeking. But just know that wherever you are, there you are. Now, did your mother ever tell you that, or your father? Wherever you are, there you are. And what that means is that wherever you are, that's where all your points of view are going to be. And therefore, that is the only place the realization of awareness will be. It won't be anywhere else. It's not going to be in some carefully crafted points of view that you decide are awareness compatible. No, but it's not going to be there at all. It's going to be in all the points of view you think aren't awareness compatible. That's where the realization is. It's really easy to rest as awareness with all the points of view that we think are awareness compatible. It's the ones that we think aren't awareness compatible, where we feel like we're not. Those aren't naturally perfect. All these points of view over here, they're naturally perfect, but the other ones, they're not naturally perfect and free.